want to welcome everybody to the Grit and Grind Sports Show podcast on Studio 67 NCC and Channel 19. Daryl, heading into week 9.
Week 9.
Who would have thought?
Week 8.
Who would have thought we'd be at week 9 at this point?
That's what I'm saying.
It feels like the season has been going, the calendar's been rolling, but we had some good week 8 games,
We had some great week 8 games, and shout out to all the fans that came out to these games this past week. I know up in my area, there was a big time game, Apex versus Apex Friendship. They said they ain't never seen high school football like that in that area.
That's
in
a big
Apex.
game.
So that was a big game. But we had the biggest game down here in Nash County.
We did. Before we jump into that, I got to do another quick.
What you got?
There was a festival this weekend.
Not the festival.
Down in Spring Hope.
If you know, you know.
If you from this way, you know what it is.
What is it,
We got to jump off Sunday before we get to football. Hey, the Pumpkin Festival.
The Pumpkin Festival.
I was out at the parade. I had somebody go, and we watched all 4 bands. And this is what I was told from them. I just say, tell me what you think about the bands. So we don't never talk about the bands.
Yeah.
This is what I was told. I was told Southern Nash Band that opened up had the best footwork with rolling their feet and precision.
Okay.
I was told that the Bulldog Band, Nash Central, played the best song, Sweet Caroline.
All right.
Sweet Caroline. Oh. I was told that. I was told that Northern Nash had a good brass section from somebody that was out there. And I was told that the Rocky Mountain Griffines Marching Band, that the drum majors, they just showed out. They showed up. So shout out to all 4 high school fans for putting on a great show at the Pumpkin Festival down there in Spring Hope. We truly enjoyed it. Listen to y'all play in the parade at the Pumpkin Festival. Daryl?
Yeah.
Now let's go ahead and jump into that football now. I had to get it out.
You had to get it out. I mean, it's the 50th anniversary of the Pumpkin
It
Festival.
was.
50 years.
And all 4 bands and cheerleading squads showed up in big numbers.
They had the fireworks going on. I was getting notifications for a friend of mine, Brent Vick. Shout out to you. And hey, I tell you, Shawn, there was a lot of football going on in Nash County, and we got to start with the one in Death Valley.
Big game.
Big time game.
That was big football though.
That was the big time game. That what we said last week for Nash Central. That would be the biggest test. And we said for Nash Central to win this game, they had to keep it close.
They did.
And they kept it close. I mean, at halftime, it was 20-13. Nash Central had 13 going into halftime, and they kept it close. But it goes back to that experience, that leadership that Northern Nash has, and the boys, because that Northern Nash team has been through this.
They've been to these
They
growing
give
pains.
everyone's best shot every game.
They do.
And they know how to make those halftime adjustments.
That's a key
And
word.
they made those adjustments, and it came down to your playmaker, which was Randall King. Once again, catching a couple touchdowns in the second half, and came out with a win 49-26. But if you're Nash Central,
That's what I was gonna say.
you got to look at this team and say, okay, we're headed in the right direction. Last year, this time, you was 4-3.
Right.
This year, you're 6-2.
And you're a step behind them.
You're a step
I mean,
behind.
you're right on
You're
the heel.
right there, because let's go back a couple years. When you played them a couple years ago, you lost 49-6. Then you came back the following year, and it was 47-17. And then it was, I think the last one was 47-20 something.
Right.
But each game, you're getting there.
You getting there.
And I'm going to tell a story.
Go ahead.
It's like, I'm a Tar Heel fan.
This Greek grind.
But I'm a Tar Heel fan. And it's like when Mac Brown came back the first time.
That's right.
So a lot of y'all don't remember that. Back in 82, 83. Carolina was 1-10. I would watch the Sunday show every Sunday. Mac Brown would get on that show and say, just hang in there with me. We turned in the corner.
That's right.
We turned in the corner. We got a touchdown this game. We got more first downs this last game. We did this and we did that. Each game got better. Now, it took them 2 seasons.
It did.
Because they went 1-10, 2 seasons back to back. But Mac kept saying, hang in there with me. We turning this thing around. That 3rd season, I think they went 6-4. Then they got Natron Means the following year. went 9-3. Started turning things around. So I'm saying this to say, Nash Central, y'all headed in the right direction.
Headed in the right direction.
You did your local campaign. Now it's time to do that national campaign. That state championship. Because you got 2 games left. Winnable games.
Winnable games.
If you stay focused, do what you got to do. Those are 2 winnable games before you go into playoff play. And
third year they won the conference.
That's what I'm saying. So, like I said, great game by Northern Nash. Northern Nash did what they do. They are a tough team, especially to beat at home.
They are.
But Nash Central, y'all are headed in the right direction. And Shawn, what's your recap game?
I got 2 this week. Now I'm going to put some county for both
Okay.
sides. The first one is an 8-man football game.
All right.
CCS versus Howard Round.
Oh, wait a minute now. We talked about this.
Round
That
2.
Howard. Yeah.
We said that was the grit and grind game of the week. Week 4, 8-man football.
That's what we said,
We
yep.
said last week it's the grit and grind game of the week, 8-man football. Howard won their first win. Inaugural win in
And we
program.
said if that's all they needed.
That's all
if they
they
can
needed.
get 1 win,
That's
your
their
whole
season.
season. Because
That's
this is
their
a new
season.
program.
They have never played football.
That's it.
They got it.
They got the first win.
Then they got a couple more wins.
Uh-oh.
Then they had to play CCS again. This time, CCS, and it starts with that quarterback over there. Jake Beekman said, lightning will not strike in the Cyclones' house twice. CCS showed them why they've been playing longer than Howard. And no knock on Howard, but if you were CCS, you need this win more than Howard.
Right.
Howard came in like, we beat you once, hey, we got to win the record. We probably get a playoff berth, but if you're CCS, you're playing now to try to get that playoff berth. CCS scored on every possession except that final one. They won 50-26. I think they'll finish their loss.
Yeah,
But if you still Howard, you know Howard say, don't you? We split this season,
That's
1-1.
it, 1-1.
You didn't sweep us.
That's it.
So we stole one from you. So that's my first one right there, CCS. My second one will be Fight versus CBA Cop.
Now, that was the game we talked about. We talked about that game right there.
Man. Go to Falcons, them go to Falcons, them go to Falcons, and CBA Cop fight field. I just can never pick against them because I've seen in the past years when their offense is clicking, they can light up a scoreboard 40-60 points.
Yeah.
But it's something about this fight Golden Demons team. This time of the year when we get in October, Daryl, they just start doing things right way.
Yeah.
What we always say, cut back on the penalty.
That's it. That's what you want.
They cut back.
Yeah.
Keep the game close. 15-13. Keep the game close.
And they kept it close.
Go on the road and get a win because you need a good road win on your resume to get you to that final game of the season. And we said every year season on the grit and grind. When they play Hunt the last game of the season, they either playing for what? A berth to get into the playoffs or either for a conference championship.
And that's it.
Past couple years been a berth to get into the playoffs. But it starts with these last 3-4 games in October with Fight. I don't know what it's about the Golden Demons, but Fight in the month of October, it's their month.
Yeah, it's always that.
They went in the Fight field and got a good win. And I mean, it goes back to what we said about Fight, Daryl. Mistake-free football.
That's it. That's what you wanted this time.
And guess what? They went from a team that was kind of like, are they going to make it to the playoffs then? Now they're 4-3, 3-1, sitting behind Hunt and I believe Wes Johnson.
But that's what you want.
That's what you want.
You this time of the year, October.
You start playing your best football.
Because you trying to make playoffs.
You trying to get in.
You trying to get in. Or it'd be a spoiler.
One to two.
And they've done that.
So those are my 2 recaps right there, Daryl. But as always, move to the favorite 7 that everybody loves to see besides the 5-minute quick pick. Tell me, who was the great player of the week?
But Shawn, this week, I'm not just going to look at play. I'm going with the team. And, you know, sometimes you get accustomed to something and you just overlook it.
You do.
And you just assume that this is how it is because these guys do it all the time.
Can I use the fight slogan?
Go ahead.
Tradition continues.
That's it. So you just get accustomed to them winning. But this team, I got to go with the Southern Nash Fibers defense. It's my grit team of the week. And the reason I'm saying that is after that loss to the Southern Alamance, Southern Nash, excuse me,
Go ahead.
Southern Nash has went on the last 3 games. They played Nash Central, won 22-8, only gave up 8 points. They played Roanoke Rapids, 55-8, only gave up 8 points.
8 points.
And they played Bun last week and only gave up 7 points. In the last 3 games, they only gave up 23 points. And this Southern Nash defense has honed in and got focused, and it's like, look, that Southern Alabama's loss, hey,
burn that tape.
Burn that tape. We get refocused. We got to be ready because we got a Rocky Mountain team coming. We got to go take care of. Got a Northern Nash team.
Reigning and defending Grit Grind champs last time I checked.
And so you got a lot of good teams coming up, but you're playing some good football right now. And I mean, you got Luke Faulkner, you got Joyner, you got Dobbins, Whitaker, Harris on defense. And all of those guys are playing team ball.
That's right.
To where you out there communicating with each other, telling each other where you need to be in the right position to make a play. So the Grit team for this week is going to be the Southern Nash Firebirds. And Shawn, who's that grind player of the week?
As we always say, here's the disclaimer. Me and Deryl do not discuss this before we record the show.
No.
Because I got a team and a player.
Okay.
I got 2 of them. Because I saw the team first. And I had to give it to this team. But then I saw what this player did. And I said, I could not let it go by another week without him becoming the grind player of the week. So I'm going to start with the player first. And my player and team do not come from this earth.
Okay.
We got to go to the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, you went up to the mountain.
I went to the West because I found this up in the West doing some research.
Okay.
First of all, the grind player of the week from the West hails from, you know that school? Mount Airy. Mount Airy. Reigning defending. 1-8. State champs. And you said on their campaign to get back to Raleigh to play for a state championship. It's senior running back Tyler Mason, who has become the first running back in Mount Airy High School football era to record 100 touchdowns. He has scored 100 touchdowns. That's never been done in Mount Airy. He has broke the record. That's a record probably in Mount Airy before a long time, young man. That's something maybe about 5-10 years from now, your name still will be in the gym with that record. So that's my first one. And my second one, Daryl, let's go. I mean, this couldn't happen at no better time than in October. Because this school is from Transylvania County.
Okay.
I've been to be in October, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Transylvania County, a town with a population of 576 people. Sound like a Bailey to me, right?
Yeah, that's Bailey.
They play in 1A football. Last Friday night, and I want everybody to listen to me when I say this now, because, you know, last week we talked about the Vance County.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say, what we got this week? Cause
this week we talked about Taylor Vance and 100 touchdowns Mount Airy. But last Friday night, this school, this team broke the longest, I'm going to say the longest, I'm going to put emphasis on it, the longest losing streak on a Friday night.
What?
For 40 Friday nights. 40. They have lost.
40 Friday nights.
40 Friday nights. They have lost. Their last win comes September the 6th, 2019. That's pre-COVID.
Yeah, that's pre-COVID right there. Yeah.
They went on a 40-game losing streak, but the streak is over, Daryl.
All right.
The streak is over.
All right.
Break out the math books, the science books, the reading books, cafeteria ladies. These guys want pizza and chicken nuggets this week in the cafeteria.
That's it.
The Tigers of Roseman High got their first win, 48-21, on the road.
All right.
Over Owen, who is a rival.
Okay.
And broke the 40-game losing streak.
All right. Congratulations.
And if you're that coach, it goes back to what we've been saying, Daryl. He never gave up. And those guys never gave up.
And that's what you
They
want.
stuck to the blueprint. They stuck to the plan. And now we're getting that first win on the road. Now you're going to say, well, now we host the home game this week.
Yep.
Let's go for another one.
That's it.
Congratulations to Roseman High, the Tigers over there. I mean, like I said, pizza and chicken nuggets this week in the cafeteria. That's what you be all week long, Daryl. Well, Daryl, we got a lot to jump into. Let's jump into our games of the week. This week we got the 2-5, 2-2. Warriors of Lewisburg versus the 3-4, 1-2 South Grandview. Warriors the road team.
Yeah.
I got the Warriors.
You got the Warriors this
I'm
week.
gonna take over.
All right, go ahead.
Lewisburg, as everybody know, they used to be in the 2A, 3A Big East Conference. They did the alignment change to get moved over to the 2A, 3A Northern Lake Conference, which was a good move for Lewisburg.
Yeah.
Because now you're playing those teams that you've been playing for seasons in the past, teams that you know. And if you lose, bro, a lot of people say why they lose this, why they want to leave this conference. I don't know the reason, but if I'm coaching Lewisburg, I know what my reason be.
Right.
You got 3 teams over here, not counting your rival Franklin team, but 4 teams, four teams in Dash County. That you could go 0-4 against Dash Central, Rocky Mountain, Southern Dash, and Northern Dash. So you want it, and that hurts you for trying to get into the playoff. Because that could either be 4 wins, 4 losses, 2-2, 1-3, 3-1. It could go anywhere. So you got over to a conference that you know these schools, you play them, and you got better film on. But with Lewisburg, I look at this school right here, and we always talk about the Warriors on this show. Around this time of year in October. Something about October, Lewisburg and fight. We
That's
start
what I'm gonna say.
we
Sound
start
like
picking up a lot of
fight,
momentum on deals. Lewisburg has got some quiet wins over there. And don't let the record fool you 2-5, because some of those 5 losses are non-conference games against good schools.
Yeah.
But they got some good wins. I mean, they beat the 3A in their conference, a 318 Cabero, 22-7. Then they beat a game that I picked, I believe you picked, Downville not to win. A 2A school, a conference game.
Yep.
JF Well,
Yep.
21-14. Those are the only, and then you got a loss against in your conference. You got a loss against Vance County, 3A, 36-3. Southern Durham last week, 48-8. But if you're Lewisburg, I'm talking to the Warriors. Listen to me. You got 3 games coming up that are winnable games there. That's in your conference. You got South Granville this week. That's a winnable game. Granville Central.
Yep.
That's a winnable game. Then you got your rock. You got Bud. That's not a conference game, but it'll go on the other side of the column for a W.
Right.
So you could come out and be 5-5, 4-2 in conference, and either win your conference in 2A and host a home game, or go on the road and get a playoff. And go on the road playoff game. So if you're Lewisburg, you're sitting at a good spot. But as we always say with the Warriors this time of the month, it starts with Dante Street, former ground player of the week.
Yep.
Tamar Kearney, a wide receiver over there at Lewisburg, get over 100 yards last game. Then you got the defense guy, Michael McKnight. If I said it wrong, please forgive me. Michael McKnight. So Lewisburg sitting in a good spot as they always are, but it starts with these next 3 games of saying, we got to go out there, play mistake-free football, penalty-free football, win on all 3 sides of the ball, and be able to come out of this stretch 3-0. That's my take on Lewisburg, Darren. Tell me about the Vikings in South Grandville.
Well, the Vikings said they ain't trying to hear all that. First of all, let's start there.
Let's
That's what
start
the
there
Vikings
then.
say.
Okay.
They ain't trying to hear all that. So South Granville coming in this game 3-4, 1-2. They did play last week against Vance County.
Okay.
And they lost 14-0. But Vance County
That team's on another level right
is
now.
on another level. And
Boy, that's
with
going
that
to be a
defense-
good match between them and Hunt, Southern Dash, and North Dash.
Yeah,
And fight.
and fight. So South Granville is in that same predicament as far as trying to get into the playoffs, trying to get some quality wins, and it can start this Friday coming up. For me, the key players for South Granville is that running back, Cameron Denson. He's got over 700 yards rushing for the season right now. You got the wide receiver number 11, Avery. And then on defense, I mean, you got the dogs on that defense. I mean, you got Jamar Ray, Jonathan Davis, you got Hunt, you got White, Taylor. All of those guys on defense have been stepping up for them all season long. And it's the perfect storm because you got this Lewisburg team that's coming in. That is an opportunity for you to get a good win.
It's an opportunity.
And then you got 2 games left after that. So I have a pick on this, but again, South Granville is a good team, and I think they're going to have their stride start this Friday night to where they can get that momentum to get enough wins to get into the playoffs. But we'll talk about that pick
Quick.
5 minute quick pick.
I got to pick.
You got to pick. All right.
5 minute quick pick. Our next game, Daryl, 6-1, 4-0. Your favorite team? Warriors of Hunt.
Warriors of Hunt
versus 4-3, 2-2 Trojans of South Johnson. Down there, you got the road team.
I got South Johnson, and yeah, so South Johnson's coming to this game 4-3 overall, 2-2 in the conference. They beat Southern Wayne last week, 38-20. Prior to that, they've had some tough games. They started off with Princeton early in the season. They lost 36-28.
Tough place to play in.
Then they got a good win against Trenton. And then Colton Holder, they took care of business, won against that. Then Triple S, they got a win. So they was playing, I mean, at that point, they was 3-1. Playing good football. Came up against that fight team that we talked about earlier.
So the battle.
And it was a close game, 15-13 they lost. And then CBA Cup. That was a loss 35-14. But after that, again, they beat Southern Wayne last week. They really have some really good players on offense. And what stood out to me was that quarterback, number 12, Riley Adams. I mean, he's got over 1,100 yards passing right now for the season. And he's got a good running back, and number 3 in Williams. Williams has over 500 yards rushing. Then he's got another 200 yards receiving. Then you got Adams and Langston running the ball as well. They combine about 400 yards. He's got 2 good wide receivers.
Okay.
He's got Brown, he's number 10. He got Lee, number 13. Brown is one of those receivers. He's a big guy. He can get down the field. He'll get you that first down. And he keeps the ball down, keeps the drive going. And with Lee's that small slash type wide receiver that's going to find a way to get open and make plays. And he's one of those guys that just looks like he loves playing football. He's just one of those guys.
Right.
And then defense-wise, you got Ware, you got Weaver, Fitz, Robertson, Strickland, Blackman, Casper, Kate Williams. All of those guys are playing good defense right now. And if you take away that fight loss and that CBA cock loss, especially that fight loss,
Right.
this team really would be in the mix. They would be sitting, 5-2, maybe 3-1 in the conference right now. So this is a good opportunity for them to take that next step, just like with South Granville, to start getting that stride going to get into the playoffs. And I think this is a good team. They got good weapons on offense, got a good sound defense. So I think this is going to be a good game. So Shawn, tell me about who they playing this week.
They playing the Warriors of Hunt. And the Warriors have checked all the boxes on the checklist I was checking. The only box they didn't check was week 1.
That's the
Northern
only one.
Dash. And they want to check that, but sometimes you miss the box and you got to put a minus in it. You know, if you do inventory, you know about checks and minuses. Yeah, do put a minus in it. But since that Northern Dash loss in Warrior Stadium, Betty P, 27-7. D.H. Conley, 27-15. ACOT, game of the week that week.
That was the game of the week.
I picked ACOT. You picked ACOT. Then you changed your
I
pick on
changed
the
my
live
pick.
show.
Yep.
You said, I got to go with
I
her. You
went
said,
with her.
something about these Warriors. I
Yep.
got to go with 35-7. Triple S. Now, this is where it starts cranking up. 61-0. Southern Wayne, 45-0. East Wake last week, 35-0. If you watched season 2 last year, you remember about this time in October, Daryl, I went back and watched some old shows. We were saying something about this Northern Dash team. They find their stride and they click it.
Right.
They're checking the boxes. They're cutting down on the penalties. They're playing mistake-free football. They're playing their best football. Well, I'm gonna take that since we said last season.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna scratch Northern Dash name out.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say, we still talking about Hunt, right?
Yeah, we talking about.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pencil in Hunt Hunt Warriors.
Okay.
They are doing the same thing that Northern was doing last year.
Yeah,
and
they
they're
are.
doing it, and a lot of people are not talking about
No,
it.
they're not.
And you know what the Warriors saying, don't you? don't take that Northern Nash loss too lightly.
Right.
Because we have come back, and it's just like you said about Southern and recap. They got refocused. They bought back in, and they said, we know we're going to see this team again in the playoffs. So let's go ahead and start building a resume so when we get to them, we can say we're ready.
Yep, that's it.
But with Hunt, it goes back to this right here, there. Lockdown defense.
That's it.
That's Hunt. Run game, Coach Juan, strong run game. Running back, Jaden Terrell, 124 yards last game. A former great player of the week, Rod B. Lawton, 13 tackles. I mean, if you Hunt your next check spot, you only got 2 more check boxes.
That's it.
You know what it is, don't you? Win your conference, Quad City.
That's it.
Go in as a conference champ. Big fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's another check box.
That's another check box.
When the last time they beat fight?
13 years ago.
So all that don't matter until you can beat your hometown
rival.
Then we doing something.
Then going to the playoffs. And I think if you beat fight this year, you go into the playoffs feeling better. So if you do run up against Northern Nash, you are more ready for that game than what you were week 1. I got a big.
Okay.
I got a big on it. Can't make it now. Got to say what, Daryl?
The 5-minute quick pick.
Well, Daryl's time for that prime time. Grit and grind. Game of the week. Round 4. Woo. And let me give everybody an update right now of the standings. Nash Central has finished their season playing for the Grit and Grind. Nash County Championship. And they're 500, 2-2. Beat Rocky Mountain. Lost against Northern Southern. Excuse me, they are 1-2. Southern Nash, 1-0. Beat Nash Central. Northern Nash, 1-0. Beat Nash Central. Rocky Mountain, 0-1. Lost to Nash Central. So now the 3 remaining 3A schools are getting ready to finish out playing in the tournament to be crowned the Grit and Grind Nash County champion. And so this week we got the 6-1, 3-0, 1-0, Southern Nash Firebirds take a little trip from Bailey, North Carolina. To come play the 2-4, 2-1, 0-1, Greenfires of Rocky Mountain. And we right here at Rocky Mountain Senior High at Greenfires Stadium.
Right here.
Darryl, you got the road team.
I got the road team. So like you said, Southern Nash 6-1, 3-0 in the conference, 1-0 for the Nash County, Grit and Grind Nash County champs.
Who I did say we're gonna win. Please remember that.
He did say that.
Had to stick that in there, Grit Grind. Continue, sir.
All right, so last week, Southern Nash beat Fun, and I would just say Southern Nash was flexing their muscles in that game, and it was a well-deserved win for Southern Nash, hitting on all cylinders on offense, defense doing their thing, and that's why they was the Grit team of the week. Again, key players for Southern Nash that you need to look out for is running back Mitchell. Right now, he's got over 800 yards rushing. You got Hines, Tucker, Faulkner's running the ball as well. Defense, same names that we said earlier. Dobbins, Whitaker, Joyner, Israel Whitaker, Richardson, Faulkner. Those guys got to continue to play because you don't want this to be that trap game because you're looking ahead because you know who you got the following week.
That's right. That's what
you got the following week. So
I couldn't say it no better.
You gotta be focused on this game Friday night.
You gotta take one game time.
You cannot think about nobody else but Rocky Mountain. And because this is still a good Rocky Mountain team. The fans are gonna be out here, the stadium's gonna be loud, crowd's gonna be into it. So if you're Southern Nash, you got to come in this game and you got to jump on them early. And key for me in this game, turnovers. No turnovers. If you're Southern Nash, you got to keep the turnovers to where they're non-existent. They don't happen. Create turnovers on defense. You got to create turnovers. And then offense-wise, just continue to do what you've been doing as far as running the ball, controlling the clock, and just pounding it. So when it gets to that fourth quarter, there's no doubt that this game is over, and let's go on to our next game. But you cannot overlook this Rocky Mountain team. Thinking about that other team.
You better not.
Because you got to still get that second win
To get to that game.
To get to that game. So that's my keys for Southern Nash. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a tough game. But Southern Nash has to be focused and not overlook what they've done these last 3 games going into this game. This is a new game. Straight focus on this one only. So, Shawn, tell me about Rocky Mountain.
Five versus Southern Nash got to take that bus route and activity bus down here to Griffon Stadium where we're at right now. This Rocky Mountain team is playing for a bubble seat.
Yeah.
You know, right now, they are trying to make that October, November push to get to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. This starts with this game right here, if you're Rocky Mountain. You're playing for the bubble. You beat Bud, conference game. You beat Roanoke Rapids, a conference game. And you lost against Nash Central. That would have made you 3-0 in the conference, so you're 2-1. So you can't worry about your overall record getting you to the playoffs. You got to focus on your conference record getting you to a playoff road game. Because you probably won't host. You have to go on the road. So it starts this week, Daryl, with Rocky Mountain. But I'm going to tell you about how to get to the bubble for Rocky Mountain. This is Coach Shawn talking now. You have to, it's only 3 days left for Rocky Mountain.
That's it.
You have to steal all 3 or 2 of the 3. Mm-hmm. And there is a very, very slim chance if you go 1 and 2, if you take 1, that you may can get in. But if I'm them, I don't want to take the very slim choice.
Yeah.
I want to either steal 2 or win all 3.
That's it.
Because that will definitely get me at a good shot where I got a better conference record. And I know if I win all 3, there's a possibility I make the host a playoff game. If I steal 2 out of 3, I'm going to go on the road. Stealing 1 out of 3 leaves that doubt where if there's another team out there that may be like that fight team that may get that bump over you.
That's it.
Rocky Mountain, I'm telling you, this is a trap game for you right here because you can set the trap. Mm-hmm. It's a trap game for Southern coming to it because you're hosting, but you can set the trap. This is the one you can steal. This could be the biggest upset right here in this conference. You beat Southern Nash at home. You're coming off a big win against Roanoke Rapids. And we both said when they went to Northeastern that they lost that game, but they put up over 40-some points, that was the turning point game for Rocky Mountain to get going. After this game right here, Daryl, no next. You got no more home games.
That's it.
You're on the road.
You're on the road.
You know who next?
Who's next?
You're going to Ram Nation. And you don't think Franklin's going to be riled over that game? Because Franklin's like you. They're sitting on that bubble seat.
On that bump.
And they look like that's what we can steal to try to get that bump in. Then after that, you know where they go, though.
What's that?
Final game of the season. 10-minute roll down the street. Death Valley.
Death Valley.
Big rival.
That's going to be tough.
If you rock him out, the keys to victory is set the trap, get on Southern Nash early, take the doubt out of Southern Nash. What we always say about the Firebird faithful, they travel what? In big numbers.
They travel.
Silence the crowd. Get the visiting team quiet. Play your best game and win on all 3 sides of the football. Offense, defense, special teams. If you punt, make Southern Nash have to have long drives. When you're on defense, get in that backfield.
Yep.
Contain Southern Nash getting on that outside. Because Mitchell and, what's my guy? Mitchell?
You got Mitchell, you got Niggs.
Faulkner, they get on that. Faulkner's going to come up the middle.
Yeah,
but Mitchell and the other one, they get on the outside, and they see end zone. Touchdown. 6 points on the board. I got to pick. Well, I got to say, because we're getting ready to go to that segment.
That's it.
But this is a big game.
This is
the biggest game for Rocky Mountain this entire season right now.
This is it right here.
Because this is one where you're playing for your playoffs.
Oh, yeah. All right, Shawn, since you said that, let's go ahead and get started with what?
The 5-minute quick pick. Well, now let's jump over 8-man football right here. Rocky Mountain Academy versus Cary Christian.
I'm sticking with Rocky Mountain. I've been rolling with them all season.
Ain't no reason leaving. I'm sticking with the academy that play football. Give me Rocky Mountain. CCS coming off a big win.
Big win.
Versus Lawrence Academy.
Give me CCS.
I got to stick with CCS. Now, they are in the driver's seat now, getting that push into the North Carolina Independent playoff 8-man football.
Okay.
Halifax Academy versus our favorite team, Christian Academy. I'm sticking with the Vikings.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
I
going
can't
Halifax.
change
I'm
that.
going Halifax on that.
Let's jump over to the East Wake area, Daryl.
All right.
Roseville. Rams of Roseville versus Nightdale. Knights of Nightdale. As you said, not a Nightdale when you see.
Nightdale that we used to, but this is my upset pick. I'm
Uh-oh.
going Nightdale.
Don't you do it.
I'm going Nightdale for my upset pick this week.
I got to ask you now.
Uh-oh.
You made me do it early now. Final answer.
Final answer, Nightdale, my upset pick.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast, my friend. Let me talk to you.
All right.
Roseville is going to take care of business overnight there and continue that push trying to get to a 4A state championship
All
game.
right.
Corp Holders versus Clayton. Big rivalry in Johnson County. Both teams live on the opposite sides of Johnson County,
Yeah.
but both teams travel in big numbers to wherever the game is at.
I had a chance to see that Clayton football team, and I tell you what, they got a quarterback down there that is straight up balling. I am going with Clayton.
Hey,
Clayton Commons all day long.
I can't go against him. Pride. Holla at me. Clayton for the win. Green and grind, prime time, Wake County.
Uh-oh.
Game of the week.
All right.
Big game right here. Wake Forest versus Heritage. That's a big game.
That's a big game.
That's
a big game.
That's a hard pick.
I'm going Wake Forest.
Heritage has been rolling. I have been watching them every week. But I think this Wake Forest team is like they seasoned for this.
Yeah, it is.
They seasoned for these big games. It's not the Wake Forest team we saw 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
But it's still a good Wake
It's
Forest
still a good
program.
Wake Forest
I got
team.
Wake
I'm going
Forest.
Wake Forest on that.
Halifax, Vance, Warren County. Northwest Halifax versus your favorite team, my favorite team, the show's favorite team. Who is that down? Kill Pride.
Kim Pride. All right. Kim Pride for me.
Give it Kill Pride.
Yeah.
Southeast Halifax versus this town does him down there. Going to Warrenton, I believe. Warren County Eagles.
Warren County.
Warrenton, they love Daryl.
I'm going Warren County.
You going Eagles or Warren
I'm
County?
going to Eagles, Warren County. I'm sticking with Eagles.
Give me Southeast Halifax setting up for the conference championship. Last game of the season against WPA. Roanoke Rapids has a bye this week, and Vance County has a bye. So talking about WPA, that's how I'm on to Wilson County. WPA, if you don't know what it stands for, Wilson Prep Academy. Personally, it's hard to me.
All right, what you got?
My favorite team,
Uh-oh.
Northampton County.
Northampton County.
Oh, I can't make this speak.
Give me Wilson Prep.
Tigers and Wilson Prep get a big win. I stick with WPA. Bentonville versus Eastern Wayne.
I'm going Bedford on that.
I gotta go Bentonville.
Yeah.
That Coach B got them rolling
Yeah,
right now.
I'm going Bedford.
Fight. Make it that push. Make it that push.
I tell you, every year.
Versus East Wake. It's fight football time. It's fight. Somebody I told me it's fight football time.
I think Fight's going to come out with a win. I'm going Fight on this one.
I think fight gets to jump over to Wayne County. CBA Cop versus West Johnson. Big game.
Big game.
2 good teams.
I'm going West Johnson. I'm going West Johnson on this one.
I can't jump off that contract.
You still.
I gotta stay on that A-Cop. Something about to go to fact I just can't pick against him. You feel like I graduated from CBA Cop. I can't pick against him. Give me the Golden Falcons. I'm sticking with A-Cop. I'm staying on that activity button. I'm not getting off yet.
Not you know.
Not yet.
All right.
Let's jump on to Frederick County, Daryl. Big game right here. 2A conference game.
All right.
Bud versus the Bulldogs from Dash Central.
I think Dan Central's going to bounce back from last week. It was a tough game for them.
It is.
But it was, like you said, and like we said earlier in the show, it's that measuring stick to get you
Right.
to that next level.
And you're on the right track.
and
You're on the right
definitely
path.
on that right track, and you getting there. So I think Dan Central's going to take care of business, and I'm going Dan Central.
I can't, hey, you know me, I got to go Dash Central. They continue their campaign to be the 3-time 2A Big
Yeah.
Six. Franklinton Red Rams. Ram Nation. Stand up. We ain't talking about it this much this week, but we got your pick. They got a hard game.
Who they got?
They've been talking about this game in Franklinton all season. They got the Knights of Northern Dash. Hard game.
That's going to be a hard game.
For a young Franklinton
For a
team.
young, and we talked about this team before.
Right.
As far as some of the players they got coming up from the JV next year.
They're gonna be a good
It's going to
team.
be that team you need to watch out for next season. and all of that. And I'm gonna use the same thing that I said about Nash Central. With Frankton, this is a measuring stick.
That's it.
Where you at? Because you're playing. I mean, Northern Nash right now is just on all cylinders. So you're playing a great Northern Nash team. So I'm going Northern Nash in this game now.
I'm going Northern Nash. I'm like you. This is a better stick game for Frankton to get you where you can watch this game in the summer and the spring and say, these were our mistakes. We got a good team that we brought a lot of JV guys up.
Yeah.
So now let's start checking those boxes so when we get to Northern Nash, we're ready for it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm going Northern Nash, but I think Frankton it's a growing pain game.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Edgecombe County, Daryl. North Edgecombe, the Warriors of North Edgecombe versus the Chargers of Weldon.
I'm going Weldon. Oh, yeah, I'm going Weldon.
I'm jumping back on that North Edgecombe bus.
Okay.
North Edgecombe, pick me up somewhere on the highway. I'm going with the Warriors of North Edgecombe. The grit and grind.
Uh-oh.
Prime time.
Uh-oh.
Edge County.
Oh.
Not Edge County. Edgecombe County.
Edgecombe County.
Game of the week.
All right.
Tauber versus Riverside Martin. Big rivalry.
Big rivalry down there.
Both teams playing for playoffs. That don't got to take too long, man.
I
This
just want to
week,
say, I think Tauber's going to take care of it.
Tauber all the way.
Yeah.
Vikings
Tauber's-
all the way.
I think they start their campaign.
To get to the
to
1A.
That 1A state championship.
Now, there he.
Yeah.
They haven't forgot. Wink, wink. Southwest Edgecombe versus Ada Griffin.
I'm going Southwest Edgecombe.
You know I can't pick against Cookatown, USA, and Pine Top, SWE. Southwest for the win. All right, Darryl, that jumps us over to the watch out game and our games of the week. My watch out game this week, Darryl, comes down there in Fayetteville and Pembroke.
No.
71st, a team that Northern Nash beat last year to
Yeah,
get
to
to that state
State
championship.
champion. Yeah.
Undefeated. A lot of people not hearing a lot about them because they're down in Fayetteville. A lot of noise have been made, but they're undefeated. They're playing a big rivalry. Herndale Sweat out of Pembroke, but that's 4-3. It could be a trap game for 7.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a trap game, but I'm going to stick with 71st.
I got to
It's just that program. They have a program down there.
They
They
got a
have
program.
a year or two where, it's not up to their standards.
But they bounce back.
They bounce back, and they have a program at 71st. So I'm going 71st with it.
I got to go with the Falcons at 71st. All right, Darryl, this leads us to our grit and grind games of the week. The first one we got, South Granville Vikings versus the Warriors of Lewisburg.
It's going to be a good game. Just going to be
Both teams are playing for that push.
playing, so you know that they know what they got to do to get into the playoffs. And it's going to be a good game on both sides of the ball. But I just think South Granville has a little bit more. I'm going South Granville in this game. I'm going South Granville.
I told us something about the Warriors. They start picking up steam.
Yeah.
A good game. I think the Warriors steal this one. And I know I've been hollering South Granville all season on this show. I've been picking them and hollering. But I think this Lewisburg team finds that stride and steals this one. Give me the Warriors. Versus South Johnson. The Warriors versus the Trojans.
Again, another
good game.
because this South Johnson team, don't look at that record. They got some ballers on this team.
They do.
And the quarterback with Adams, Williams running back, you got Lane Stop, you got Brown, lead wide receivers. They got some weapons. They really got some weapons on this team. And I don't know if Hunt's played a team that's able to score
Like this.
like they can. And they have, like I said, they can run the ball and throw the ball. It's going to be a close game. I think Hunt's going to pull it out. But South Johnson's going to give them something in this game. It's going to take them to the limit. I don't think it's going to be where Hunt just blows them out. I think it's going to be a close game.
I got to win this game. I'm telling you. Northern play in the playoffs. They get, like I said, they got 2 more check boxes.
Yeah.
They check both those boxes and get the damn ballot. Better be ready to be in that game that night because you're going to see some good football.
Yeah.
Give me Hunt that night. Give me Hunt to beat South Johnson. Down to the prime time.
Great grind.
Game of the week.
Game of the week.
Round 4. Southern Dash taking the 20-minute ride up to Rocky Mountain to play the Greenbars at Greenbars Stadium for Rocky Mountain's final home game of the season, because the next two on the road.
All right, so you got Southern Nash coming in, and I think Southern has to just be focused on this game.
You
And
cannot
look ahead. Don't look ahead, because if you start looking ahead, this Rocky Mountain team, especially on special teams,
That's what they win.
you got silvers on special teams that can burn you, and you don't let that happen. You have to play sound defense. Special teams got to be prepared, because if he gets the ball and he gets them good field position, Rocky Mountain can score.
They can score.
I'm going Southern Nash in this game because I think Southern Nash defense. I don't think Rocky Mountain up to this point. I mean, they played Nash Central, who has a good defense as well.
Right.
But up until this point, played another defense like a Nash Central. So I think Southern's going to take care of business. It's going to be a close game. And when I say close, 2-touchdown type game. But I think Southern will come out.
As I told Rocky Mountain earlier, you can set the trap because you need to win 2 out of 3 in this stretch right here to get that bubble seed. We can be able to go on the road with us on playoff game. I don't think you'll get this 2 out of 3 with this Southern Nash team this year. Last year you got it.
Yeah, you got last year.
This year this Southern Nash team, just a little focus. It's going to be a good game. I believe Rocky Mountain can be in the game. We're going to make it a game.
Right.
But I just think that this Southern Nash team right here is looking to get where they don't have to go on the road like they did last year with the playoffs, and they can host a game down there in Vegas.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the difference right there. Because I think Southern feels like if they can host 1 or 2 games in the playoffs and get into the Northern National Southern Alamance on 71st, that 3rd round, that gives them momentum. I'm thinking that's what Southern Nash program is working on. I believe that's what they're working on. I'm taking Southern Nash for the win. But I'm like you, there. It won't be a blowout. It could be a 2-touchdown game, or it could be by field goal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking for this game right here. It's my big Southern Nash. As always, Darren, we want to thank everybody for tuning to the Grit and Grind Sports Show podcast. And as always, Darren, you have the grit.
And do you have the grind?
And
Go ahead.
And don't forget, you can tune in on Studio 67, NCC, and Channel 19 to watch the Grit and Grind.
And we want to thank Rocky Mountain.
That's right.
Yep. Thank Rocky Mountain for having us again. And when are we going to be next week, Shawn?
I think next week, Darren, either we will be at Nash Central, or we could be at Oxford, North Carolina, at JF Wade.